I think CC Crawford. She's had a very, very good last couple of weeks. A big reason why the Badger block has been much improved in Big Ten play. 17 blocks in the last 2 matches, 2.83 blocks per set. And she is now tied with Devin Robinson for the team lead in blocks at 55.
And she's had a lot of work to do with the absence of Carter Booth at the net, and she's really been dominating, and she hopes for more of that tonight. Kristen Klein, the very creative setter, and she's got a lot of hard hitters in front of her. Noemi Glover being one of them. Mimi Collier, who had a fantastic game against Washington last week. There's a lot of options. Mackenzie Morris as well, the senior libero, who is all over the floor. She'll be the one in yellow, the opposite color jersey for the Oregon Ducks. A fantastic lineup. Going to be a very, very tough task for Wisconsin.
Yeah, and this, as you mentioned, this is a very, very hard-hitting Oregon lineup. They lead the Big Ten in blocks per set. They're a physical team. Wisconsin assistant coach Gary White told us that there's a lot of new faces on the floor for them compared to when they played last year in the Elite Eight, but this team's just as talented and, as I mentioned earlier, probably a lot more physical.
Of course, the ones that stick out for you on the Badger side, Sarah Franklin, the reigning National Player of the Year, Anna Smrek up top, 6'9", but Carter Booth, who is re-entering into the lineup for the Badgers. She missed last game against Northwestern after coming out against Maryland. Before that, she's back in the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, that's a big deal for Wisconsin. Obviously, she hasn't had the blocking season maybe that she had last year that you would have expected out of her, but she's still a force out there. 51 blocks on the season, good for 3rd on the team or 4th on the team, and she's just a force. She's a good force to be out there.
And here we go. The stage is set. Oregon versus Wisconsin here at the Fieldhouse. Kristen Klein to get things started. And how's that for a start for Wisconsin? Anna Smrek straight down.
Smrek has really, really turned it on the last couple of weeks. 49 kills in the last 5 matches. That's 3.27%. She's really taken over that second role alongside Sarah Franklin.
And here's the Player of the Year serving, Sarah Franklin. Great tip there from Orgel. Perfectly executed.
She's the definition of a dual threat volleyball player. She can do just a little bit of everything right there. A little tip shot.
Very versatile player. Here's Franklin again with a hard serve. Free ball now for Wisconsin. Anna Smrek again. 3 straight for Wisconsin.
This is what Wisconsin has to do if they want to not win this match, but have an easier night than normal. They had trouble against good teams closing out sets, so getting Oregon at an arm's distance early is important.
Great back set, gets through the block. Noemi Glover gets one back for Oregon.
Yeah, Noemi Glover, 3rd on the team in total attempts. She's one of the bigger attacking women alongside the leader, Mimi Collier.
3-1 Badgers. Strong start for them, but the Ducks get it right back. Orgel again, skims off the hands of Klein.
2 for Orgel, 2 for Smrek, and this is what you love to see if you're Coach Kelly Sheffield. You're up 4-1 and you haven't even used your best player yet.
And Devin Robinson comes in for Carter Booth at the front of the net. Lola Schumacher, the freshman, with the serve. Unbelievable. Paints the paint in the back line.
What a beautiful serve from Lola Schumacher there. Wisconsin has been a pretty good serving team so far this year, especially on the service errors side of things.
Here's Schumacher again. Same place. Through the block, but out of play, and a kill there for Glover again.
Hot start for Glover, though.
Tries another floater. Franklin's there, though. Great dig to keep it alive for Oregon. It's going to be tight for Orgel. Did it take a touch? No, it did not.
No touch there, and now Oregon, you can see, kind of getting their feet wet now in the match. 5-4, a couple great digs on that last point.
Oregon has closed the gap. Morris again. Great tip there from Orgel, and this time she got it.
Not the best set there, but Orgel recovers. Nice little tip shot. No one really around that in a black jersey.
And Kristen Klein was just a little too deep in the back of the court there. Was not ready for the tip from Orgel. It's now her second tip for a kill in this first set. Into the net from Morris.
I don't know what happened on that last point. Maybe a net violation or something.
It looks like Orzel was a little too close. Like you said, the set was not great. And unfortunately, Orzel, who had a great placement with the tip, wasn't able to get it. But they say ball don't lie, and into the net from Morris. And here's Gulje Guchtekin now for Wisconsin as they lead 6-5. Great set, great kill. Another one there from Noemi Glover. That's her third of the night already.
I had a good view of that one back here. Maybe just barely caught the back of the line. Definitely close, but a lot of pop on that shot from Naomi Glover.
6-6 now. Daly McClellan for Oregon. Being yelled at by the student section right behind her. And it works. Into the net from McClellan. That's 2 straight service errors from Oregon.
Yeah, coming into this match, Oregon only had 120 service errors. That was 16th in the Big Ten, and a couple uncharacteristic ones early.
Yulia Orzel. Big block there from Wisconsin, kept alive. The back set, it's going to be tight. Net violation, hit the antenna. Wisconsin gets the point.
Looking for Colby Neal, tough set there. Net violation right back at the Ducks.
And the Badger bench is dancing already in an 8-6 game. Here's Orzel. Running the slide, there was a tip. Oregon gets it.
Colby Neal there on the slide, normally known for her blocking ability. Second on the team in blocks, 16th in the Big Ten there, coming up with the kill.
Mimi Collier. Great serve, running into the crowd is Robinson. She can't keep it alive. It's an ace for the Ducks.
Yeah, Mimi Collier is she's gonna go for her serves most of the time. She has 13 aces, but that goes along with 33 errors, which leads the team. But she's gonna go for it. It paid off there.
And here she is again with the set knotted at 8. Another hard serve, knocks Orzel down. Sarah Franklin gets blocked, and it goes off the head of Robinson, and the Ducks take the lead.
Yeah, the best block in the Big Ten to this point, 3.1 blocks, or 3 blocks per set for the Ducks. Comes up big there, Oregon first lead of the night.
Fans at the field house clapping their hands, trying to get their team back into this. And it's out, good eye there from Robinson and Orzel, and the Badgers tie it right back up.
A third of the Badgers' points now have come from service errors. They had a hot start. They're going to need to settle back in now and get some points on their own terms.
A couple of subs now for the Badgers. Booth coming back in. She hasn't touched the ball just yet. CeCe Crawford as well, who's at the line to serve right now. From the back row, and a miscommunication between Crawford and Orzel let that one sail into the back corner.
Yeah, impressive play from Mimi Collier, but you think most of the time from the back row, she didn't even give it everything she had. That's a ball the Badgers should normally have, and the Badgers have been good in the dig department so far this year, running around the court, giving a good effort.
Maya De Los Reyes for the Ducks to serve. Sarah Franklin, great block, kept alive. Furbringer to Franklin. And Collier in the back row, unbelievable dig there from Schumacher. Oregon gets it right back. Collier again with the kill. What power that had.
Showing why she was the Big Ten Player of the Week. What power from the back row. Didn't get the first time. Great dig from Lola Schumacher. Went right back at her one more time, and it paid off.
Her first attempt knocked Schumacher down. Her second one got by Orzel. De Los Reyes again. Badgers looking for a response. Franklin blocked. Guchtekin up. Franklin again blocked. Schumacher with a diving play. The roll shot from Franklin. The Badgers get one back.
Finally a kill for Sarah Franklin. This Oregon block has been giving Wisconsin trouble so far. She had to have 3 attempts on that point to finally get it down. It was on the little roll shot instead of the power play.
And now the setter from Hermosa Beach, California, Charlie Furbringer. Having an incredible freshman season so far for Wisconsin. But that one goes long, and Oregon gets it right back after the service error from Charlie Furbringer.
Yeah, and that is her biggest weakness. That's now 29 service errors on the season for Furbringer to lead the team. That's 17th most in the Big Ten.
With her skill, of course, comes with inexperience. Being a freshman, like you said, those service errors, something that you have to fix. Franklin on the response. What a kill. Goes off of Kristen Klein, off her chest and into the crowd.
She's had trouble early getting it past that Oregon block. She just went right through it that time and just powered it right at the defender for Oregon.
Knocked the wind out of Klein there. Here she is now, Sarah Franklin with the serve. It's a good one. Gets the ace. The kill followed by the service ace, and Wisconsin ties it up at 12.
Yeah, Sarah Franklin's serving ability this year has definitely been a pleasant surprise for the Badgers. Third on the team in aces.
Franklin again. What a block by Carter Booth. Welcome back, CB.
Maybe that's the spark Wisconsin needed there. Back in the lead here, 13-12. What a block from Booth, a solo block as well.
Franklin will keep going. Great response there. Oregon gets one back.
Back and forth we go. There's some hard hitting going on right now. A lot of power on the floor right now, Aiden.
Absolutely. Michelle Iwobute with that kill. Now she's back to serve for Oregon. 13-13 in a tight first set here in Madison. Off the net and in play. Collier off the block. The back set to Smrek, who gets blocked. Wow. Oni Afebo got the hands on that one, I believe. Unbelievable. The right hand.
Yeah, Onye Afebo, first on the team in blocks, 13th in the Big Ten with 69 now on the season.
Tough reception there from Wisconsin. Free ball now for Oregon. The quick one, dug up by Furbringer. Blocked. They'll try again. The tip from Glover gets blocked as well. What a diving play from Orgel. Badgers are fighting for this one. Still kept alive. Over by Orgel. Oregon again has a chance. And here's Glover. Wow, kept alive by Furbringer. Did it take a touch? No, it did not. And Oregon gets it at the end of things. What a rally, and the Ducks are victorious in that one.
What an unbelievable point from both teams. Well deserving of a timeout. It looked like Anna Schreck maybe just mishit that last attempt.
Unbelievable. And Wisconsin needed that one. Now they're down 2. It's very, very tough now for Wisconsin. Yeah,
and I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it's been tough, especially against good opponents, for Wisconsin to close out quick sets or now close out tight sets.
We're going to go down low to Chrissy Burtz on the floor. Chrissy, the keys to the game, is about to end. The Ducks lead 15-13. A really long rally with some amazing digs for Wisconsin, but in the end, Anna Smrek, her hit just went a little long.
Yeah, and that was an unbelievable rally. Got to the point where there were even some Ducks running into each other. They were all over the place. Both teams putting great effort on the floor, and this has been a very, very fast start, high-quality start. Besides some of the service errors, a lot of good play going on right now, and this is what it's going to be like for Wisconsin pretty much the remainder of the season as their schedule gets a lot tougher.
Absolutely. This is a big, big test for the Badgers. Roll shot, just not enough on it, didn't get over. Badgers get one back, and they'll have a chance now to tie this set up.
Yeah, and Wisconsin, they've won the last they're 5-0 in their last 5 matches, won all 15 sets, haven't dropped a set in that span, but at the same time, they only have one win against a currently ranked opponent on the season. So this is a big test for them, and they're a very good team, but they haven't yet to be tested by a team like Oregon or get a win against a team like Oregon.
It's going to be tight at the tip. Read well by Schumacher. Into the net, though, and the Ducks get another.
Another net violation from the Badgers there. Unforced error. Oregon 9 points away from the set. Still a lot of time left, though.
Absolutely, and here's Mackenzie Morris now. Loves that floater. Badgers are ready for it. We'll see if she switches things up here. Morris gets the dig. Blocked. Orgel gets her hands to it.
We've already seen her with some kills. We've seen her with some really good digs, and now coming up with the block. Yulia Orgel's been all over the floor to start the match tonight.
wasn't the best set for Glover. She had to just touch it over, and Orzel was there waiting for it to get it right down. And here's Gulje Guchtekin now. Badgers within 1. Off the scoreboard, kept alive by Schumacher. And Franklin gets the kill, the assist from the Jumbotron.
I'm going to be honest, that's never happened when I've called a game, and I did not know what to expect. It's point dead. The players knew what was going on, and they adjusted accordingly.
Yes, so if it hits the scoreboard and comes back to your side, you can play it. Had that gone over to the Duck side, it would have been an issue. But now we're seeing a conversation between head coach Matt Ulmer and one of the officials.
Seems like a fair play, though. I'm sure that's what they're discussing.
Yeah, and I think this is going to stand, and they're just having a conversation here, and Badgers get the point.
This is only head coach Matt Ulmer's second time coaching at the Fieldhouse. The first time was last year in the Elite Eight. So getting used to his surroundings a little bit more. He's going to be coming here a lot more, though, in the future now that Oregon is in the Big Ten.
Absolutely. Guchtekin again. Orzel the roll, gets blocked. And Glover gets it right back after she got blocked from Orzel. She says it's my turn.
Yeah, this Oregon block is led primarily by Colby Neal and Onya Efebo. But Naomi Glover, she's done her part too as well. That's now 52 blocks on the season for her.
Daly McClellan again for Oregon, the 5'11 senior. The slide for Robinson, gets the kill. And RJ, we're just going back and forth here.
This is high-level volleyball. This is what you expect out of a top 11 matchup, and Oregon's came to play. This environment is not stopping them, and they're coming out for revenge as well.
Yulia Orzel with the first set knotted at 17. Puts Oregon out of system. Big chance for the Badgers. Franklin blocked. Tries again. Gets over the block, and it sails out of play, and it's a kill for Sarah Franklin. It's 18-17 Wisconsin.
Badgers get the lead back here in this first set, and you got to imagine, Aiden, this is a very, very important first set for both teams. Oregon get off to a good start on the road. It would be the first set Wisconsin's lost at the Fieldhouse so far this year, but Wisconsin, especially against a team like Oregon, you want to get your confidence up early.
You have to, and alternatively, if Oregon lose this first set, it's very hard to come back from that, especially against the Wisconsin team, but in front of this Wisconsin crowd. Just out, no touch, and I think Coach Ulmer was asking his players if they saw a touch, and he's going to give the official the yellow challenge card, and we're going to take a look at this.
Yeah, it's the opposite side of the court, but it did seem like to me Guchtekin touched it before it hit out of bounds. Going to be easier to see on the video board if they do decide to show us it.
Yeah, like you said, it is tough for us to see from that angle, but it looked like there was a touch there. It seems like it would be pretty difficult for there not to be a touch, but like you said, we're going to take a look at it. The referees are going to have a lot of different angles and probably better angles than we have. Here's it here.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a little bit closer than I thought, because it looked like Colby Neal. I looked at the body language a little bit. Colby Neal looked like she was pretty confident she won the point, and Wisconsin was surprised the point was granted to them. But it's got to be inconclusive video evidence. Obviously, the call on the floor was no touch.
And they have to look at, does it hit the hands of Sarah Franklin and or the hands of Gigi?
It doesn't hit Sarah Franklin.
Nope. And let's see, well, nothing there. Oh, I don't think so.
No, I don't. I think that's going to stand. That's a really, really good call by the ref.
Absolutely. And like you said, it's got to be conclusive, clear and obvious error for them to overturn this call. So the call on the court is no touch. And Wisconsin gets the point. I think that's going to stand, like you said.
Yeah, and assuming if it stands, this is a big point as well. Wisconsin going to get a 2-point lead back again. Now only 6 points from the set. Want to keep Oregon at as much of an arm's distance as possible.
Absolutely, and they still have all of their timeouts for this first set. You wonder when that's going to be taken, and there's the call being confirmed, and the Badgers get it. And Orzel will go back to serve in a 19-17 lead for the Badgers. Yulia Orzel.
Yeah, she is. She does have the team lead in aces, so somebody you want on the line right now with the first set in the balance a little bit.
Into the net from Orzel, and the Ducks get it right back. 19-18 now.
Announcer's jinx.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
And now the Ducks to serve. Mimi Collier trying to tie it up again for the Ducks, keep them in this set. And that one goes out. Service error being traded between these two teams.
Yeah, Mimi Collier, she had a couple good serves in her first appearance earlier in this set, but also 2 service errors to go along with that. And that's kind of been the story of her season. Put some nice hard serves in there, but she's also got a lot of service error problems.
CeCe Crawford from the line. 2-point lead for the Badgers. From the back row, off the chest. Kept alive, but it can't be sent back over. That was a hard one. We heard that one from all the way up here. That was,
jeez.
Yeah, that's a rough one. It's just that power is incredible.
Maybe that's payback for Sarah Franklin putting one right into Kristen Klein about 10 minutes ago.
I mean, how scary is that for Mimi Collier? Do not want to face that, I'll tell you. Maya De Los Reyes now to serve for the Ducks. Sends the floater over. The slide straight down from Booth. What a response.
Her first kill of the night, and when you set her perfectly like that and there's only one blocker in front of her, it's pretty much game over for the opponent, as it was right there.
And you could hear the crowd after that one in the field house chanting, Booth. They love to see Carter Booth back. And now here's Charlie Furbringer. Had a service error earlier in this set. Keeps this one in. Tight at the net. And a smirk with the kill. The Badgers need 3.
Third kill of the night now for Anna Spreck. Badgers up by 3 points from the set. That'll call for an Oregon timeout to settle things down.
22-19. The Badgers have been absolutely dominant, RJ. What can Oregon do to keep themselves in this set?
They got it. They were a couple points for a stretch of time when Oregon had the momentum in the middle of the set where they were just digging everything up and getting on the floor, getting dirty. And also the block has been an issue a little bit for the Badgers, but it seems like the last 5 minutes or so they found a way around that tough Oregon block.
Yeah, and just looking back at their last game against Washington, they had to come back from down a set, and they ended up winning 2 straight and winning that match against number 24 Washington. They're very resilient. We know what this Oregon team can do. They're still very much in this, but they have to stay composed because when you're getting hit by Anna Smerek and Carter Booth, 6'9", 6'7", there's not much you can do.
Yeah, and this is a very resilient Oregon team, and their 2 losses are to two of the top 3 teams in the country currently in Pitt and Penn State, and they're coming off wins against Washington and USC. So this group is no joke, and even if they do end up dropping this first set, this match is far from over.
Yeah, and this is just the 4th time that these two teams have played against each other. Obviously, we're going to see that a lot more with Oregon being into the Big Ten now. They played last year, like you said, here at the Fieldhouse. The Badgers taking that 3-1. Played for the first time all the way back in 1984, and then the middle matchup was back in 2015. Badgers lead that series 2-1, and they're looking to extend that lead.
Yeah, small lead, yeah, but you take the little wins you can get. But yeah, Wisconsin, that match, I was here for that Elite 8 match last year, and that was a fun one. Oregon, of course, winning 1 set to Wisconsin's 3. Mimi Collier, though, she was good back then, and she's even better now. She had 20 kills in that match, but she's in fine form to start this season.
Absolutely she is, and we've seen it already in this match. She hits harder than almost any player I've ever seen.
Yeah,
you can put her up there with Smrek and Booth.
Yeah, and she's not small, but she's smaller than Booth and Smrek, so she's got to have a little more power behind her, and it's really impressive how much of a force she is from the back row even.
And now Charlie Furbringer looking to extend the Badger lead. They just need 3 to close out this first set over the Ducks. The freshman from the line. Another tight one, well read, but into the net. The Badgers get the point. Miscue there from Kristen Klein.
Yeah, Kristen Klein, net violation. We've seen a couple of shaky sets from her so far in this set as well. And like Wisconsin and Charlie Furbringer, Kristen Klein is a freshman setter as well. So both teams working with new setters this season. Still trying to get things all sorted out.
Charlie Furbringer again. Oh, a big miscommunication from Oregon. That's disastrous, and now it's set point for Wisconsin.
Big miscommunication from Oregon, but that all started from a great serve by Charlie Furbringer.
And another timeout called by Oregon. Trying to, I suppose this is the version of icing the kicker, as they say in football, but that one hurts, RJ. That one really hurts. That's very rare that we see that from Oregon.
Yeah, very rare from Oregon. This is a little bit of a younger team on the floor. Obviously, we mentioned Kristen Klein, the redshirt freshman setter. But yeah, especially from a group so well coached by Coach Matt Ulmer, something you don't normally see, but it happens, and maybe the environment can sometimes get the best of you as well. There's not many places in volleyball like the Fieldhouse. You can maybe put Nebraska up there as another environment that could match up with this, but other than this, this is probably the best environment Oregon has played in so far this season, because they have not played Nebraska yet either.
Absolutely. Like you said, it leads to those errors, and it's the one thing that coaches hate the most is there's nothing wrong with getting blocked. They don't mind that. They say keep swinging. But if there's a free ball like that, it's going up in the air, someone's got to go for it. You cannot let that hit the ground.
Yeah, and we saw Wisconsin had a little miscommunication earlier in the set as well. Things do happen. It just came at a costly time there for Oregon, as they're now facing 5 set points and in all likelihood are going to have to regroup in about 2-3 minutes.
The set score is 24 for the Badgers, 19 for the Ducks. It's set point here at the Fieldhouse. Fans on their feet, as they always are when it is set point. And the Ducks look to stay alive. Charlie Furbringer, the freshman, who's had a very impressive season so far for the Badgers. She had been scouted by this Wisconsin program since she was in 8th grade. Here she is now looking to close out the first set here in Madison. Charlie Furbringer. Hard serve, and the South Bay superstar ends set number 1. 25-19.
What a service run by Charlie Furbringer to end the first set. Those timeouts didn't bother her. She's only a freshman too.
Unbelievable first set. And it was close up until the Ducks got to 19. Then the Badgers did what they always do, and they just ran away with this set.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit that challenge that Coach Matt Ulmer had that didn't work out maybe could have shifted the tide a little bit as well. That gave Wisconsin a 19-17 lead, and Oregon seemed to not be able to bounce back since then.
And what do you think the key is for Oregon here heading into the second set? It's far from over, but playing in front of this crowd is a very, very difficult task.
Obviously, communication's a big thing. We've seen that not only on that last on 2 points ago, but it seems like there's been a couple times where they've kind of ran into each other, especially on some long points. But they got to reestablish that block. There were 4 or 5 points in a row where it was tough for any Wisconsin player to get a ball past them. And at the end of that set, it was pretty easy as Sarah Franklin started to find some holes.
Well, time will tell. We'll be right back for set number 2 here in Madison on Big Ten Plus. And welcome back inside the UW Fieldhouse here in Madison, Wisconsin. Aiden Michaels, RJ Carroll, Chrissy Birdsall here with you. The Badgers won a dominant first set. It was very close until the final stages when the Badgers ran away with it, and they won it 25-19.
And that's a good sign if you're a Badger fan, because they have had trouble closing out and kind of breaking away from top teams like Oregon so far this season in the back half of sets. So a really good sign ending that set on a 5-0 run. And also on Charlie Furbringer's serve. She's been shaky at points this year. That's a good confidence booster for her.
Absolutely it is. For a freshman, that goes a very, very long way. And she will start things off here in the second set after ending the first with a service ace. We'll see if she can continue her run. As the student section applauds her on her way to collect the ball. Here she is now. Set number 2 underway from the Fieldhouse. Another hard one from Furbringer. Opposite hand tip there at the front. Nice dig there by Schumacher. Out of system was Smrek, but she got the kill. A little too far back was Mimi Collier.
Helps to be 6'9" right there, Anna Smrek. She made that look a lot easier than it actually was. Tip right in front of Mimi Collier. She couldn't get down to it.
Furbringer again continues her run from the first set. That one goes long, an error, and Oregon ties it up.
I think you can live with that, though, if you're Charlie Furbringer. What a good service run from her. Stemming back to 2 timeouts ago and a set break ago, she's finally done serving.
It's a great serve, and it's an ace. Michelle Awobate.
Michelle Awobate, her 15th ace on the season. A beautiful serve there, dropped right in front of Yulia Orzel.
Formerly of UC Santa Barbara in California, the Oakland, California native, back again to serve. And a kill. The strong left hand there of Noemi Glover.
Her 5th kill of the night to lead the team, picking up right where she left off to start the first set. She got the first 2 kills of the match for Oregon, getting the first kill of this second set for Oregon.
15 aces this season for Owobate. It's going to be tight for Furbringer. She does well, and Smrek does well, and the Badgers get a big one.
That's a really impressive set for Furbringer. Makes it a little easier when the target you're giving it to is Anna Smrek, but a very, very nicely done play by Charlie Furbringer.
Sarah Franklin. An overpass from Oregon. Gives a free ball to the Badgers. Great back set from Furbringer. Smrek gets blocked. Huge block there.
What a block there from Oregon. Reassuring their will on the net here to start this second set. Would have liked to see Smrek attack right away off that overpass instead of setting the ball back up. Kind of let Oregon back into that last point.
And you could see how hype Noemi Glover was after her teammate Oni Afebu got that block. When you block someone that's 6'9", that's pretty incredible. Great serve there, it's an ace. It just flew by the Wisconsin defense. Another one there for Owobate.
Daly McClellan, great serve from her there. She had 2 aces in the Elite 8 matchup last season. She knows what it's like to play in the Fieldhouse.
Great tip there from Orgel. Wow, it just goes untouched and in front of the 10-foot line. That was amazing.
Doesn't get much better than that. Her 3rd kill of the match. 2 of those have been those pretty little tip shots she loves to do.
Yeah, just reaching back and then the last second just switching your hand position just confuses everybody on the Oregon side of the net. They're looking for a big response here. Tries a tip of her own, Glover, but it gets blocked by Robinson. Badgers are on their way back.
Devin Robinson coming up big with the block. They're one of the easier blocks I think she might have, not only tonight but this season. Tipped her right into her.
Lola Schumacher. Into the net. Big break there for Oregon.
Service there, number 4 for the Badgers. Not a night 4 side for both teams.
Now a substitution being made for Oregon. In comes Daly McClellan, who's back to serve for the Ducks. They lead 6-4 here in the second set, trying to even things up. Long ways to go. Great serve, overpass from Franklin. And out of system, did it take a touch? No, it didn't. Out there from Colby Neal.
Yeah, one thing Oregon is going to want to clean up here in this second set when the match progresses. There's been some sloppy sets, at least closer to the net. Kristen Klein's done a good job setting it to the back row. It's easy to set to a player like Mimi Collier, but along the net, she's had some shaky ones.
Gulce Güçtekin now, the lefty from Turkey, to send it over for the Badgers. On the outside, kept up by Franklin. The give and go, Franklin gets blocked. Colby Neal. She had 4 blocks in the game against Washington. She gets a big one there.
Great block there from Oregon. Colby Neal coming in clutch there along with Mimi Collier right next to her. Oregon now 4 blocks on the match.
Mimi Collier to serve for Oregon. Tough one for Schumacher. Blocked at the net. From the back row is Franklin. Rolls it off this time. Free ball for Oregon. To the back row. It took a touch. Oregon gets the point.
Well, she hit that so fast I couldn't even tell if it got touched or not. But Oregon now up 3 here in this second set. And like they did midway through the first set, it's been tough for the Badgers to get anything past that block.
Collier again. Great dig in the back row from Collier. And another kill for Oregon. Owobate gets another.
Silence here in the Fieldhouse. Oregon taking over, now up 9-5. Maybe we're 1 or 2 points away from Kelly Sheffield taking a timeout as TC Crawford checks back into the game for Devin Robinson.
Absolutely. Robinson out, Crawford in. you think that this could be the last point if the Badgers don't get this one. Sheffield may take his timeout, like you said, RJ. Collier. Badgers trying to stay in this. Orzel gets blocked and it's out, and they get it back.
A little lucky there. Not the best set to Yulia Orzel, a little bit behind her. She made do. Oregon block couldn't put it down in play.
Orzel from the line. Very versatile player. Has led the Badgers. She was top 5 in kills, digs, blocks, assists, and service aces. Tipping that one at open space. Kept alive somehow, but they're going to send it over for a 4th touch. That's not going to count. And the Ducks regain their 4-point lead.
Good effort there. Can't be too disappointed with that if you're Coach Kelly Sheffield. Good point by Oregon. They're staying a step ahead here in the second set.
Maya De Los Reyes from Long Beach, California to serve. Franklin, the roll shot off her wrist. And another back row attack. Mimi Collier again. And Coach Sheffield not yet budging.
Not yet budging until now.
Right now.
There we go.
And a timeout called.
Kind of taken over. Not as much in the stat category. It only says 4 blocks in the box score, but they've just kept getting these Badger attacks back and forth and having Wisconsin to reset until they've either missed or Oregon's got a chance to reset and put down a kill themselves. And it's interesting looking back at last year's match. Oregon had more digs, kills, aces, and assists in the match than Wisconsin. The only thing Wisconsin led in was the blocking category. 16-4 they outblocked Oregon. Now Oregon seems like the premier blocking team between these two.
And the score in this set is reflecting that. De Los Reyes from the line. Sarah Franklin right out of the timeout gets a kill. Gets one back for Wisconsin.
That's how you do it right there. Sarah Franklin finally finding a hole in that Oregon defense. Now 5 kills on the match. She's got 7 straight in double figures.
Ducks lead 11-7. CeCe Crawford from the line for the Badgers. From the back row, off the block, kept alive by Crawford, and tipped over by Furbringer.
One of my favorite plays in volleyball, Aiden, that setter kill. Sneaky, and Charlie Furbringer, I think as the season's progressed more and more, she's gotten a little more comfortable with that shot.
Absolutely has. We know that she's been watching Izzy Ashburn the last couple of years, the former Badger setter. And a great dump there from Furbringer. Tight one at the net, slammed down by Carter Booth, and the Badgers are on their way.
Wisconsin 3 straight points, and they've looked a lot cleaner on the floor as well, but you got to attribute this a little bit to coaching and that great timeout call by Kelly Sheffield.
Absolutely, one of the best coaches in the history of college volleyball. Here's Crawford again. Blocked but kept alive. From the back row. Big chance for the Badgers to get within 1. And it's blocked but kept alive by Morris. To the back row again, it's pushed. Gooch Tekin kept it alive. Booth gets blocked. Here's Sarah Franklin gets blocked, it's still up. The tip kept alive by Gooch Tekin, sent over by Booth. What a rally. It's blocked. And it's out. And the fans, including Gigi Gooch Tekin, thought that was in, but it was not. And I think we could see a challenge. Gulje Gooch Tekin seemed like she was absolutely positive that took a touch, but we will not see anything from Kelly Sheffield. Kristen Klein will be back to serve. It's probably the second long rally we've seen in this match.
Yeah, and Oregon's won both of them, but
yep.
Unbelievable rally there. Surprised Kelly Sheffield didn't get the challenge. Ball don't lie.
There you go. An error, 1 into the net. Badgers will make their substitution. Gooch Tekin comes out, and Anna Smrek comes in.
And all of a sudden, this second set has gotten a lot more interesting, but also a lot more intense. You feel like the heart rate in this building has gone up a little bit.
Charlie Furbringer once more. No touch, it's out. Badgers within 1.
Just like that, 12-11 now. Wisconsin on a 5-1 run since that timeout call.
And you wonder when Matt Ulmer's going to take a timeout of his own. Perhaps if the Badgers can tie it up here. Furbringer. Great serve. Big chance for Wisconsin to tie things up. Franklin off the block, gets the kill, tie game, 12-12.
Charlie Furbringer, she's put on a serving clinic so far in these first 1.5 sets. She's got 2 airs to go along with it, but she's had a couple great runs and trying to start another one here. 3-0 scoring run for Wisconsin.
Furbringer to try and put the Badgers in front. Another good serve, nicely dug out by Morris. And just mistimed the jump, Booth and Smrek, and that's what you have to do when you see Booth and Smrek looking to block you. You have to time it, and it was brilliantly done there by Collier.
Yeah, and that was a good serve from Charlie Furbringer. Good job by Mackenzie Morris getting down and digging that one up to Kristen Klein, who eventually set it up to Mimi Collier for the kill.
A Wobate from the line, a hard serve. Franklin out of play to bring that one back in. Free ball for Oregon. Kept alive by Furbringer, sent back over. Kept alive again by Schumacher. Oregon keeps on hitting. It's kept alive by Franklin. Now a chance for Wisconsin to finish off this long rally. Anna Smrek kept alive and slammed down by Carter Booth. And the field house erupts.
There have been some unbelievable points. And how about those reflexes, especially from the 2 freshmen, Charlie Furbringer and Lola Schumacher, on back-to-back attempts from Oregon. Coming out of nowhere with cat-like reflex and just sticking an arm out there and he'll get back over.
And now here's Sarah Franklin with the serve. Nice dig there by Franklin. Orzel gets blocked. And another one. Big response there from Oregon.
That's a really, really important point there, and a great job from the Oregon block putting that one down. This place would have erupted if Wisconsin got another point and took the lead.
Yeah, exactly. And what a way to silence the crowd here. Mackenzie Morris. 14-13, the Ducks lead. Great serve. Morris gets an ace off the hands of Franklin.
Sarah Franklin, we mentioned in the first set that teams normally like to go to her off the serve. She's been shaky in the past with her receiving.
Mackenzie Morris again looking to extend the Ducks lead again. Big response though. Carter Booth right in the middle of the court gets the kill. Badgers back within 1.
Too easy. Beautiful receive, beautiful set. Beautiful kill from Carter Booth. That's her second on the night.
Lola Schumacher, the freshman, back to serve again. Has been incredible on defense tonight. What a block! C.C. Crawford.
I was waiting for her to get in the block party after having 17 blocks in the last 2 matches. It was only a matter of time for C.C. Crawford.
Wisconsin 15, Oregon 15 here in the second set. Big response. Huge kill there from Colby Neal.
Huge kill from Colby Neal, her second on the night. Silences this crowd once again, and Oregon goes back in front.
And Daly McClellan checks back in to serve. The senior from Oregon looks to extend Oregon's lead. They lead 16-15 here in the second set. Out of system, Anna Smrek, and it sails out.
We have a tough angle of that coming cross court right at us. Couldn't really tell. Might have hit the line, but obviously the ref called it out. She's got the best look in the building.
Daly McClellan again. 2-point lead for the Ducks. Smrek tries again, no mistake this time.
Made it a little bit easier on herself there. Decided not to go cross court, just go right straight ahead of her and put it through the Oregon defense.
Smrek comes out for Gulje Guchtekin, who's in to serve. And oddly enough, Oregon has the height advantage at the net, which is not very common, as Booth and Smrek are both out. Guchtekin with a great dig. Collier tries again. Tight at the net. Free ball for the Badgers. Yulia Orgel paints the back line.
Now you said it, and painted the back of the line. You could see Mimi Collier saw that height differential at the net. She tried to she gave it her all in that first attack. Good defense from Guce Guchtikin, resetting that point, eventually leading to a Badger kill.
Guchtikin again, 17-17. Collier right into the hands of Lola Schumacher, and the Ducks take the lead again. They're not letting up.
She just gives it everything she's got on every attack. She is so tough to stop. Nothing Lola Schumacher can do there.
And here she is now to serve for the Ducks. They keep taking the lead. The Badgers keep answering back. The slide from Robinson. Nice dig there. Big block, dug out again. The tip gets blocked by Robinson. 18-18, we're tied again.
That's what Devin Robinson will do to you. Owatobe was hesitant to go right back into that block, tried a little finesse shot, couldn't get it over the net.
And now Yulia Orgel. From the back row, amazing. It's like clockwork. Mimi Collier again with a kill from the back row.
Unbelievable. That's now her 8th kill on the night, 2 away from double figures. She's picking up right where she left off the last match against Washington.
Bringing back in the junior, Maya de los Reyes. Diving play to keep that alive by McClellan, and sent down with the right hand. And it's 20-18. Oregon need 5.
Yeah, once again, Oregon's done a good job so far this match, keeping Sarah Franklin at bay for the most part. Franklin only hitting 182 so far that match, stopped again on that last point.
Again from the line, De Los Reyes. Sarah Franklin with the kill, answers back for the Badgers.
She must have heard me. What a kill there, her 7th on the night.
And now some substitutions being made from both teams. Crawford checking in for the Badgers, Morris checking in for the Ducks. And Crawford is back to serve for Wisconsin. They're down 1, 20-19 here in the second set. Oregon looking to even things up. Great serve, free ball now coming for the Badgers. Tie game.
Beautiful. I feel this is so fun to watch. I forget I'm broadcasting some of the time. This is high-level volleyball. Timeout Oregon. This has been fun.
Absolutely, it has been fun. It has been very stressful for fans of both teams. There's that little Oregon section in the crowd behind the Wisconsin bench. They travel pretty well. Yeah, I was going to say.
They travel well. They do have a game on Sunday in Iowa, so a little 2-game road trip. This is the last of a 4-game homestand for Wisconsin before they hit the road for 3 straight matches in a row. And we mentioned it a little bit in the opening, but Wisconsin, second toughest strength of schedule remaining. Their remaining opponents are 50 and 34. And in this tight Big Ten conference now with so many good teams, you look at Penn State, Purdue, Nebraska, Oregon. They're going to have to win they have 7 matches against marquee teams. They're going to have to win 6 of those 7 if they want a chance at the Big Ten championship.
Absolutely. These teams are both very much in it. Both have 5-1 records in the Big Ten. Oregon sitting at 3rd, Wisconsin sitting at 4th. Just Nebraska and Penn State, the 2 teams ahead of them, 6-0. I grew up playing volleyball, RJ, and the one thing that my coaches always said is you play the games in little games to 5. You go 5 games at a time. It's 2020. Each team needs 5. What do you do here if you're Oregon or Wisconsin?
Oregon, you got to make sure the sets are clean. Don't let this environment get to you, because I'm expecting in about 30 seconds this field house is going to get really loud. And then on the other side, Wisconsin's got to use the energy that the field house is going to give them. They're going to be on their feet. And no service errors from either team. That's going to be key for both teams. Get the ball in play and start the point.
And this is around the time in the first set where Wisconsin started to run away from things. And that's because after a timeout, they got a couple of really, really big points. This is incredibly important. I can't stress it enough how important this point is here. Whichever team can win this point, they're going to be in really good shape. But we'll see. CeCe Crawford to serve for Wisconsin. Set number 2 is tied at 20. The tip, diving is Gooch Tekin. Miscommunication there. Collier wasn't ready. The tip from Franklin, well read there. Back row attack, up by Gooch Tekin. Here's Sarah Franklin with the roll. And Oregon get it. Michelle Owobate gets the big one for Oregon.
It's a big point for Oregon there, taking that 1 point lead now 21-20. Good to get the first point out of the timeout. Sarah Franklin, a couple opportunities there. Couldn't finish it off. Oregon eventually takes advantage.
And now this is who you want if you're Oregon to serve. Kristen Klein. 21-20, trying to extend the lead for the Ducks in the closing stages of this second set. Klein from the line. Gets the ace.
You mentioned it, you called it. Kristen Klein. And it's right back to Sarah Franklin once again. She's had at least a few of those so far as Kelly Sheffield is going to try to reset things.
And we were talking about how important that first point was going to be coming out of that timeout. Oregon gets it, and then followed by a really, really big ace from Kristen Klein. And there's still some volleyball to play here in this second set. Oregon leads 22-20. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Back. Ducks lead 22-20 here in the second set. They lost the first set 25-19, and it's been all Oregon after this timeout. A quick kill, and then they get the service ace, and trying it again is going to be Kristen Klein.
Yeah, and Kelly Sheffield calling a timeout. It worked for the Badgers. They came out and won 5 of the next 6 points after he called his first timeout this set. They're looking for the same result here.
And back from the timeout, Kristen Klein getting ready to serve. Fans are loud again at the field house. Booth smashes one off of Morris and into the crowd. It's a 1-point game again.
Big time there from Carter Booth. Beautiful set play there, in Wisconsin back within 1.
And to note, the Badgers do not have any timeouts left in this set. The Ducks have 1, should they use it. And Charlie Furbringer to serve for Wisconsin, trying to tie it up here late in the second. Good serve, puts Oregon out of system. Doesn't seem to bother them. They get it right back.
Good job by Oregon there, regrouping after what was a great serve by Charlie Furbringer. She's been on her game tonight, but Oregon coming up with better digs.
Owobate to serve for Oregon, 23-21, they lead. That one, it looked like it took a touch, but it did not. Out from Smrek, it's set point for the Ducks, and the fans have been silenced here in Madison.
Yeah, you mentioned it looked like it took a touch. I expected that too because it went way out. Must have just been a complete mishit from Anna Smrek.
Michelle Owobate to finish things off. The block, 1 each. What an ending to this second set. Oregon takes it 25-21.
Block number 2 on the match for Ofebo, and we got a ball game now in Madison. The first set Wisconsin's lost at the Fieldhouse all season long, and we got a good set 3 coming up.
And it was 16 straight set wins for the Badgers. They just lost this one. We're going to take a quick break. Back for set 3. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Thank you, Chrissy. Some highlights from the last set. It was very much like the first set, where it was close until the very end, and then Oregon kind of came away with it toward the end, and it's 1-1 at the end of 2.
Yeah, and it seems like the life kind of got taken out of this Fieldhouse building a little bit. They're going to get it going again in set number 3, but Oregon, as you mentioned, they were down 2-1 against Washington on Sunday. This is a resilient group. They're not going to shy away at anything, and especially this crowd, this environment, being down a set, it's not new for them.
No, I mean, the Badgers, the fans here at the Fieldhouse, like you said, they're not used to losing. In fact, like you said, they haven't lost at all this season at home. You lose a set here, and now the fans are stunned, which can do a number on the players.
Yeah, and Wisconsin's got to reset now. There were some unforced errors, some miscommunication, some mistakes, but that'll happen when you play a good team. These are two good teams going against each other, and I'll say something, Aiden. We have seen some of the best volleyball rallies I have ever seen in this match so far.
25-19, Wisconsin won the first set. 25-21, the Ducks answered back. Now it is 0-0 in set number 3 as we're set to begin here in Madison. How important is this set? Obviously, it's not a deciding set, but it sets you up for one.
Super important. I mean, obviously, the last thing you want to do is go to a 5th set because then it's up to 15 and kind of gets into anything can happen. This is a very, very important set. And to make a prediction, I do believe the winner of this set will go on to win the match in 4.
There you have it. The bold announcer's prediction. We'll see what happens with that.
I'm sure that'll work.
To start things off now is Kristen Klein. Glover gets blocked. Tipped over. Caught Schumacher napping. First point goes to the Ducks.
Oregon getting off to a fast start once again in this set. They won the first point of set 1, lost the first point of set 2, win the first point of set 3. Maybe that's the trend, though. The person who wins the first point of the set ends up losing the set. We'll see if that continues.
Very out of system for Booth. Gives a free ball to the Ducks. Doesn't stay in. Badgers get one back. Mistake there from Oregon.
Just barely long. Just missed the line there. Good call by the ref. Badgers catch a break a little bit there.
Now Sarah Franklin leads the Badgers with 7 kills tonight. Into the net from Glover. Ducks kept it up, but it didn't take a touch off the block, so a dead ball. Badgers get the point.
Badgers up 2-1 now. One thing they would love to do is kind of get Oregon at an arm's distance early in this set, relieve some of the stress of this 1-1 match.
Franklin. How's that for an answer there? Another kill tonight for Owobate.
It's been Mimi Collier for the most part, but Oregon's had other people come join the party. Naomi Glover has 6 kills, or Michelle Owobate has 6 kills. Glover has 5. Ofebo has 3. It's been a whole team effort so far for the Ducks.
Smrek mishit that one. And well, trying the slam dunk there was Oni Ofebu, but just into the net.
Yeah, she palmed that ball. She wasn't going for the slam dunk. I'm sure she probably could dunk. You think these players could dunk?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
And that was going to be a ferocious one. Unfortunately, no basket there.
No basket.
And Schumacher to serve for the Badgers. Get some help with the net. Diving play to keep that alive. And a great kill there for Oregon.
It's too easy for Ofebo. Left her right up there for her. She's going to make that one 10 times out of 10.
3-3. And, well, it's far too early, I guess, to say anything like this, but I'm going to say it anyway. They're back and forth, and we could see that carry the whole way through. Hard serve from Morris, puts the Badgers out of system. Oh, a rare miscue there from Anna Smrek. Passes that one straight into the net.
Yeah, it is 4-3 Oregon only in this third set, but yeah, maybe it's a reason why Wisconsin's taking a timeout. They've been out of system on quite a few points so far in this set.
That's an interesting one for me, RJ, that Coach Sheffield takes a timeout being down just 4-3 so early. You already burned one of your timeouts. Lots more volleyball to play here in this set, and you're already taking a timeout.
Maybe just didn't like how they were set up early. I mean, we already saw Carter Booth get out of system a few points ago. There's Smrek putting one into the net, a situation she's not normally in. Just reset a little bit. Maybe tensions are high. They haven't lost a set in a while, so it's a place they haven't been for quite a few weeks. just settle down. Obviously, still a young team with 2 freshman starters, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to question him.
Of course, yeah. I'm certainly not going to question him either, I guess. But just looking at some of the previous games that Wisconsin have had, their last 2 games were dominant wins, but against, with respect, teams like Maryland and Northwestern, who have had some struggles on the court in this season. But for Oregon, they've played against 3 ranked teams in a row. Of course, they lost 3-0 to number 3 Penn State. Of course, one of the best teams in the country. But then they get the 3-0 win against number 16 USC, and then gets that 5-set thrilling win against number 24 Washington. So they've had the harder schedule in the past in the last few weeks, and now it's showing. The Ducks are really here to play.
And they've been more battle-tested. Wisconsin's toughest match so far in the past, they played Washington, looked really, really good in that match. Washington was ranked at the time, not ranked anymore. They lost their match to Minnesota, their one loss in the Big Ten. So this is kind of going to show, especially this match and then the next couple weeks. Is Wisconsin a top 10 to 15 team, a top 10 to 15 team, or can they be a top 5 team?
Now the former Kansas State player Mackenzie Morris to serve again for Oregon. Orgel gets the kill.
It's big.
Really big from Orgel. She tries that line shot. She can place it anywhere. She doesn't always need to swing as hard as she can, which, by the way, she has all the power, but sometimes she just lets off and places it into the back corner. Now Gulje Guchtekin to serve. 4-4. Right out of that timeout, the Badgers got one. Overpass. Big chance for Wisconsin. Orgel's going to try again. The tip. Read nicely by Oregon. Robinson. Tipped it instead of hitting that one. Furbringer has to push Robinson out of the way. Franklin's roll gets blocked. Orgel gets blocked. The tip over. Another great rally here. And the dump again from Furbringer.
Freshman to freshman. Couple great digs by Lola Schumacher. And then Furbringer with another one. I love those kills. I said it last time. She's got 2 of them now on the night. And Lola Schumacher, she's been all over the floor so far tonight. She's been very, very impressive.
Absolutely. And that was perhaps a mental mistake from Mimi Collier, who was hitting against no block. Maybe didn't see that and went for the tip instead. Badgers get the point. Ducks looking for a response. Tight for Orgel. Kept alive. Devin Robinson off the tip gets the kill. 6-4 Wisconsin.
So maybe that was a good timeout call by Kelly Sheffield. That's 3 points on the hop for the Badgers now. Looking to take control here in set number 3. They got a good person on the service line to do it.
I'm sorry for ever doubting you, Kelly Sheffield. That is my bad. The timeout proved to work.
2 wins away from the Wisconsin all-time wins record.
Kept up by Franklin. Bit of messy volleyball there, but it's slammed down by Robinson on the block. 7-4. And all eyes now on Coach Ulmer.
Yeah, it's 4 points in a row now for Wisconsin. A little bit of a weird point there. Franklin just kind of set one over, and Oregon couldn't take advantage of the free ball.
Guchtekin goes again. Quick one there again, no block. And Colby Neal gets a free shot and gets the kill.
She's only had 3 kills tonight, but I feel like all 3 of them have been very, very impressive and very, very powerful. Trying to spark a little life back into this Oregon team.
And now the second time in a row when Colby Neal is hitting one from the middle that Robinson isn't quite able to get there in time. Daly McClellan. Robinson on the slide gets the kill. Makes up for it.
Middle blocker kill for Oregon, middle blocker kill for Wisconsin. Back-to-back points. Anything you can do, I can do better, Devin Robinson says. Wisconsin back up by 3.
Orgel the serve. Robinson and Franklin at the net with Furbringer behind. Did it take a touch? Yes, it did. Kill for Oregon.
It's so tough to tell if her shots get touched. She hits it so hard. But another kill for Mimi Collier. She's up to 9 on the match now.
And when you are facing off against such a tall block, you do want to try and go a bit higher and get the touch on the block, but not enough to get it back on your side. A high one for Franklin. Oh, it rode the net and then just sailed out, just barely.
Really, really good job by Sarah Franklin. That was a difficult serve to handle coming off the hand of Mimi Collier. She did it well and then immediately reset, got in position for that kill.
9-6 Badger lead here in the third set. CeCe Crawford to serve. Gets help from the net, gets the ace. It's lucky, but it works.
Home court bounce there from CeCe Crawford. Wisconsin now up 4. It's 7 of the last 9 since the timeout.
Again from Crawford. Big dig there by Gooch-Tekin. Franklin gets blocked, kept alive by Booth. What a dig by Orgel. Followed by a great dig there by Morris. Carter Booth, kept alive by Collier, is going to get it back. Franklin again, gets blocked. Huge block, Colby Neal.
Couple great digs for the Badgers, but Colby Neal, a kill a couple points ago, a huge block there. Mimi Collier did her part as well on the back line with a couple great digs for herself during that point.
Now she's not the most aggressive player, Colby Neal, when it comes to attacking, but when it comes to blocking, she is the best, bar none, on this Oregon team. An errant pass from Orgel, but she gets it back and gets the kill. How's that?
You mentioned a couple points ago, she has that finesse, but when she wants to, she can go all out. She went all out there and it worked.
11-7 Wisconsin leads. Furbringer back to serve again for the Badgers. Gooch-Tekin takes a seat after an impressive shift. Furbringer dialed in. Anna Smrek off the block, gets the kill. 12-7 Wisconsin.
Good kill there from Anna Smrek, and Sarah Franklin, she read that tip shot really, really well coming off of Ofebo's hands, and she was there in plenty of time to set one up for Anna Smrek.
Badgers look to keep extending their lead. Here's Charlie Furbringer. Roll shot from the back row, kept alive, but out of play. And if you look at the positioning there of Wisconsin's defense, see how far back Mimi Collier's hit, and she read that perfectly and just rolled it and got the kill.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all either for doing that, but a smart play there from Mimi Collier. Double-digit kills, first player on either team to hit double-digit kills.
Long serve, good eye there from Franklin. Badgers get it back, and that's a tough one for Oregon.
That was really, really close, though.
Yeah. Really good eye, but at that time you kind of just have to say, I'm gonna take the heat if this one goes in. Franklin with the serve. Chasing it and keeping it alive is Klein. Nicely done from the setter. Puts Wisconsin out of system. Back set. There was a touch. Kill for Oregon. Noemi Glover.
Every time these Oregon players have an attack, there's so much pace on them. Tough for Wisconsin to even react half of the time.
Michelle Owobetse to serve for Oregon. Hard serve, another one going long for Oregon. Franklin watches it sail by again.
7th service error on the night for Oregon now. Hasn't killed him so much this season, it's killed him a little bit tonight.
It absolutely has, and you can't afford that, especially in this set right now when it's 14-9. And like you said, you think whoever wins the set could win the match. There's a good response there from Oregon.
Great response. I did think that serve from Lois Schumacher was going out. Oregon did play it, worked anyways.
Oni Ofebu gets the kill and then goes to take a seat on the bench. A big one for Oregon. Now Mackenzie Morris, the libero. The floater. Read well. Anna Smrek, perfectly placed. Put some spin on it.
Beautiful stuff from Anna Smrek here. She's been in fine form the past few weeks, ever since Big Ten play started, ever since that Marquette match, she's really taken off this season, and she's not stopping here tonight.
And the Badgers reestablish their 5-point lead here in the third set. Gulje Guchtekin. Hard serve, overpass, slammed down by Furbringer. The setter takes a swing.
A situation I'm sure she's not very familiar with, but she made it work. And that's her third kill now on the night, and Oregon going to take a timeout.
Timeout called by Matt Ulmer. 6-point game. The Badgers lead 16-10 here in the third set. Lots of volleyball to go. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Don't go anywhere. We are back at the field house after Oregon takes its first timeout. Now both teams down to their last timeout of the third set. The Badgers lead 16-10. Aiden Michaels, RJ Carroll, Chrissy Birdsall with you. Badgers have the biggest lead now of this third set.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned it a few times, the run they've been on since that odd early timeout in this set that Wisconsin took. They've won, though, 13 of the last 19 points since then.
Guchtekin, hard serve into the net. And again, the timeouts prove to work. Ducks cutting it down now, bringing in Daly McClellan to serve. "14 aces this season for the Ducks. Getting blocked, kept alive by one hand. Great dig there by Franklin, a perfect pass. Not the best set, it sends a free ball over now for Oregon from the back row. Devin Robinson, but it's out. And Coach Matt Ulmer knew right away he was standing right by that line. He said, nope, no chance.
Definitely out. Crazy that did hit a touch. It looked like it went through about 3 different sets of hands, but Devin Robinson just missing wide.
Oregon clawing back here in the third set. 16-12 now. Daly McClellan again, the senior. Tries the floater and just hits the top of the net. And it's an error, and the Badgers win it back.
That's a killer, and Oregon's had way too many of those tonight, especially in this third set in key moments.
Badgers lead 17-12 now. Yulia Orgel from the line. Gets help from the net. Kept alive. The dump, but it's kept up by Schumacher. Sarah Franklin, what a dig there by Morris. Collier, one-handed, kept up by Orgel. The roll from Franklin finds the open spot.
That roll shot from Franklin, she makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. What an impressive shot, but what an impressive dig by Yulia Orgel right before that as well. Cannot go unnoticed how impressive that was.
I mean, that ball was sailing up high, and just at the last second, Franklin turns around and connects with it perfectly right into the gap. Orgel with the serve. The slide, blocked by Franklin. My goodness.
Don't let her get hot.
Timeout called by Oregon. And just listen to the crowd, RJ, here at the field house. They're alive again.
All Wisconsin here in this third set, and what a way to bounce back after losing that second set. Obviously, nothing set in stone here in the third, but a 7-point lead, 6 points from the set. What a response for this Wisconsin team, especially up against a team like Oregon, who just came back in their 5-set win against Washington, knows how to deal with adversity. We don't know yet how Wisconsin deals with adversity. They're doing a great job here in this third set.
We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Oregon, who just took their last time out of the third set, find themselves in quite the hole here, RJ. Big scoring run here for the Badgers.
Yeah, and the crowd's really come to life at the Fieldhouse for Wisconsin. 3-0 scoring run, as you mentioned, but they've been on runs this entire set. And one of the players you want at the line, Yulia Orzel, maybe can extend this run and put this set to bed in just a few moments.
One of the 3 captains on this Badger team looks to continue her streak. Off the hands of Robinson and getting the kill there, Mimi Collier again.
Too good there for Mimi Collier. She was going to get hers at some point, as she has tonight. Wisconsin's done, I'd say, a pretty fair job of containing her. It's tough to contain a player of her caliber. That's her 11th kill, looking to spark a run.
Yeah, they certainly slowed her down in this set after she had a monstrous second set. Here's Robinson on the slide. Gets it into the back corner.
What a beautiful shot. She loves that slide cross court. She missed on her last attempt. She went right back to it, a little deeper in the court this time. More room to work with. Perfectly placed.
And now it brings up Cece Crawford. Has an ace to her name tonight. Back set, back row. Morris keeping that one alive. The tip, didn't look like she got a lot on that tip, but it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I don't think Owatobe was expecting that to happen. I think she did miss-hit that, just a little lucky, but good things happen to good players. She's a good player. She's done well tonight. That's now her 7th kill on the match.
Maya De Los Reyes, again to serve for Oregon. Her specialty. Franklin, the give and go, gets the kill over the hands of Collier. Badgers up 21-24. They had 21 in all of set number 2.
That's now 10 kills for Sarah Franklin, her 8th straight match in double digits in the kill department.
Now you've got Charlie Furbringer to serve. Badgers need 4. Oregon need a lot more than that. Schumacher, oh, it's going to be a tough one at the net there. Booth keeps it alive. Morris reaching back. And that one goes long. 22-14, the Badgers lead.
Yeah, tough set initially from Schumacher. An overpass for Oregon. They couldn't take advantage of it. Wisconsin reset, forced an error.
And now the freshman again. She's had quite the game. She's had a couple of kills, a dump, and she took a swing of her own. Charlie Furbringer to extend the Badger lead. It's a good pass. It's a good response. Afebu gets the kill.
Is it too little too late, though, for Oregon? Beautifully set up play there from the Ducks. Ofeba with her 6th kill on the match. Gonna need a little bit more than that, though, to come back.
Kristen Klein had an ace in her last serving run. Gets another one there. Kristen Klein. And the Badgers take a timeout.
I'd say that's smart. No, you don't get to keep them, and they don't carry over into the next set. Why not take them? Only on a 2-0 run is Oregon, but don't want to let things get out of hand too quickly.
Yeah, it is a good timeout, like you said. They have a comfortable lead, but if you really think about it, nothing is really all too comfortable. Badgers just need 3 more, but Oregon are knocking on their door.
Yeah, and Oregon, in the 5th set against Washington on Sunday, they were down 10-5 and fought their way all the way back to eventually win that match, so no deficit is too big for them.
We'll be right back here on Big Ten Plus. 22-16, Badgers lead. And we are back here at the Fieldhouse. A 22-16 lead for the Badgers here in set number 3. They look to take this third set and try and close it out in 4.
Yeah, and this has been a statement set. We didn't know how they would respond after Oregon took that second set, and it was 20-20 in that second set, and Oregon kind of took over and showed that their power and their will in the back half of that second set, and Wisconsin has responded more than nicely.
And there's an error from Kristen Klein after she just aced the Badgers. Now puts one into the net. Badgers need two. Sarah Franklin to serve for Wisconsin. 23-16 here in the third set. That one's long, and it's set point for Wisconsin, and the fans rise again here at the Fieldhouse.
A bunch of set points here for Wisconsin. Going back 2 points ago, I'm sure we'll see in a second once the set is over with, but I'm curious to know how many service errors Oregon's had in the set.
Set point. Kept alive by Schumacher. Diving to make that play is Franklin, but she can't do it. The Ducks stay alive.
Can live with that go. Good effort from Lois Schumacher. Seems like everywhere the ball goes, she's right there with it.
Michelle Awobate to try and keep the Ducks in this set. 24-17, Wisconsin have set point. Kept alive, tipped over, and down from Oregon. Ofebu gets the kill again, and the Ducks stay alive.
Wonderful serve there from Awobate. Had a lot of power on that as well, and it dipped very nicely.
And here she is again. Sends a hard one over, gets the ace. The Ducks are not done yet.
And it is Sage Damrow in the game. She's going to check out for Sarah Franklin. She's getting some of her first minutes. Surprised to see her in a game of this caliber.
Has dealt with some injury in the past. Looks to be okay. Badgers trying to close it out now. Orzul out of system, gets blocked. Badgers try again. Furbringer to Carter Booth. She ends the third set, and the Badgers take a 2-1 lead.
Got a little shaky there for a second. Badgers got out of system. You didn't know, oh, is Oregon actually going to come back here? No, they're not. Carter Booth put a statement end to that third set.
What an ending. This was the Badger set. The first and second set went back and forth. This one was all Wisconsin for most of it.
Yeah, all Wisconsin for most of it. They got out to an early lead, put them at an arm's distance, Oregon, and they tried to fight back time and time again. It didn't happen. We got an exciting fourth set coming up.
Badgers have a chance to close it out in the fourth set coming up. We're going to take a quick break on Big Ten Plus. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back. The Badgers closed out this third set, and they were absolutely dominant in that set. Swinging, they were getting blocks, they were getting kills. Charlie Furbringer was swinging and getting a kill. I mean, everyone was getting involved.
Yeah, everybody was eating. It's if I can take a word out of some NFL teams' playbooks, but yeah, Charlie Furbringer, 3 kills so far in this match. She's done a good job at that so far. One of them came on an overpatch pass, which was very unusual for her, but she's done very well tonight. Sarah Franklin's finally gotten things going in that third set. She's up to 10 kills. They've held Mimi Collier at bay for the most part in that third set. She's still at 11 kills and leads Oregon, but not even close to that 25 mark she had on Sunday. So if you can hold her to 5 or less kills here in this fourth set, I'm sure she's going to be fed a lot. The Badgers could be in business.
Yeah, if we take a look back at Oregon's last game, you mentioned against number 24 Washington, they won it in 5 sets. They were down 2-1. They tied it up 2-2. They won the 5th set. They're looking to do the same thing here tonight.
Yeah, and Mimi Collier had 9 kills herself in that 4th set. So look for her to be fed the ball a lot, and I'm sure Kelly Sheffield knows what's coming, but can the Badger block be able to hold up against such a powerful hitter she is, number 15 in black?
And we will see as Mackenzie Morris checks into the game for Oregon. Charlie Furbringer getting some final instructions from the coaches. The Badgers want to close it out to get to the next game. They've got some televised matches coming up. They've got 4 straight. Michigan will be on Big Ten Network, Indiana on Fox Sports 1. Then you got the big one at Purdue, number 10 Purdue on NBC. And then, of course, you can't forget on Big Ten Network, number 2 Nebraska, which the Badgers, when Nebraska was undefeated, they were number 1. The Badgers were number 5 last year. Wisconsin swept them.
Next home game, that's going to be a whiteout November 1st.
But for now, it is Wisconsin and Oregon, and a great start for the Badgers. An ace, Charlie Furbringer.
Great start for the Badgers, but the team who has won the first point in each of the 4 sets has ended up losing the set entirely. So Wisconsin hoping that trend doesn't continue. A good start for Charlie Furbringer, who's been remarkable at the service line so far.
from the back row, gets a kill, evens it up. That was a ESPN stat there.
Yeah, I had it in my head. I knew what I like. I had it in my head for a second. I knew it was going to happen.
Well, here you go. So the Ducks tie it up here with a big kill in the back row from Collier. Franklin off the block, miscommunication there. Collier says sorry to Morris. Back.
We've seen a lot of good stuff from Oregon tonight. One thing we have seen is some miscommunication. This could be said on both sides, but definitely something they can clean up, not only in this 4th and 5th set possibly, but in the future.
The back set and just
another one.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate error because Noemi Glover has been unbelievable from the opposite position in this game, but that one's a rare miscue from her. Franklin now. Another tight pass. Chance for Wisconsin. Roll shot from the back row. Great tip, kept alive by Orgel. Anna Smrek gets blocked, and it falls in. And the Ducks needed that one.
Yeah, that's a really, really big point from Oregon. You did not want to let Wisconsin get off to a 4-1 start here in this 3rd set and maybe start to pull away. Now it's 3-2, and things are back to normal.
And it didn't look awfully convincing from Oregon. They were able to get the point, and now they're looking to tie things up. Great tip from Orgel. Are you kidding me? Every time, I mean, I'll say it every time I sound like a broken record, but her placement is absolutely ridiculous with those tips.
Yeah, and we've mentioned it. She's had some remarkable digs tonight. We've seen her get a block or two, and also she can get a kill in about any way possible.
Lola Schumacher for Wisconsin. Big block, CC Crawford with her hands up.
It's remarkable to hear that last weekend CC Crawford herself was averaging 2.83 blocks per set. That's good for a team as a whole, let alone a player. She's showcasing that blocking ability right there.
And that forces Oregon to take a timeout as the Badgers lead 5-2. We're going to send it down to Chrissy Birdsall on the floor. Thank you, Chrissy, and again, reiterating how tough the Wisconsin schedule is coming up, and they're going to have to play against a few ranked opponents. As for Oregon, this is the last ranked opponent in a little bit. They already had their tough schedule in the last couple of games, and they did very well in those matches.
Yeah, they did, and yeah, as we mentioned, Wisconsin, their remaining opponents are 50-34. That's second toughest in the nation. They had a tough start to the season. They got a little bit of a break, especially at the start of conference play. Now things start to get real again.
Schumacher out of that timeout. Quick set. Going the other way. Straight at Furbringer. Big kill there from Collier.
Big kill from Collier there. Her second in this 3rd set also on the 3 points Oregon's won. Love hearing Build Me Up Buttercup here in the Fieldhouse. You hear that all the time at Badger football games. Not always here at the Fieldhouse. It's a good little touch to this beautiful Friday night.
And the Ducks bring it within 2 in front of this large crowd. Into the net. And the student section roars again.
Service error number 10 now on the match for the Ducks.
And the one thing that does benefit Oregon is they don't have to serve with the student section behind them. I spoke to one of the Northwestern players last weekend who said she had a very difficult time serving because the student section was just yelling at her the whole time. It really gets in your head. As here's Gooch Tekin with a nice serve. Off the block and out of play, the Ducks get it.
Big point for Oregon. They cannot let Wisconsin get too much of an arm's length in front of them. That was a key point to win. 6-4 now, still in this one.
And now at the line, Mimi Collier. 14 kills. She leads everybody on the floor. Devin Robinson reaches up, sends that one off the hands of Mackenzie Morris.
Beautifully done there from Devin Robinson. She loves that slide kill. That's now number 5, on the night for her. Takes a minute for Stat Broadcast to update.
Here's Orgel now from the line. Mistimed the jump just a tad bit there. Was a Wobate. Robinson again gets a kill. Morris couldn't get to it that time. 8-4 Wisconsin.
Beautifully done there. Now Wisconsin doubling up the Ducks here in this third set. And they got Yulia Orzel on the line. Big moment here in this match.
Big moment indeed. From the back row. Great dig there by Schumacher. And an even better dig by Morris. Battle of the liberos there. And it's Sarah Franklin with the kill.
That's powerful. You don't always see that full off power. She doesn't always give it 100% on every single kill because she loves her roll shot so much, and rightfully so. She gave it everything she had right there, and it paid off. Beautifully placed right in that back corner.
Yeah, she has one of the best roll shots in the nation. A big part of her game. The back set tipped over by Neal. Franklin the tip. Another amazing dig by Morris. The slide, blocked, and out. Another kill there as Robinson watches it go.
Badgers really asserting their will now. It said set 3 was 25-19. They definitely were the better team by far in that set. And so far in set number 4, they have been the better team as well.
Yeah, and it puts Coach Ulmer in a difficult situation here. You're down 10-4. You only have one timeout left. Do you want to burn your last one this early? Joust at the net. Kept alive by Wisconsin. Sarah Franklin sends one into the corner again. Gets a kill.
Wow.
Timeout, Oregon.
We expected this coming in. I did say I was going to call it. The team who won the third set was going to win the fourth set eventually. There's still a lot of time left. But I did not. I thought this fourth set was going to be a lot tighter initially from the beginning. Oregon still has time to come back, but Wisconsin riding high on their momentum right now.
Absolutely. They take that momentum and they run with it with help, of course, with the 7,000 plus fans here at the Fieldhouse. It's not one of the biggest arenas, but it has some great fans and they really pack it in here. We are going to take a quick break. Badgers lead 11-4 here in the fourth set. We'll be right back. And welcome back on Big Ten Plus. Aiden Michaels, RJ Carroll, Chrissy Birdsall. The Badgers seem to be running away with this. It's 11-4, very early in this fourth set, but Oregon have already used both of its timeouts.
And Oregon's kind of hurt themselves at the start of this set. They had some really uncharacteristic errors, allowed Wisconsin to get out to an early lead, and Wisconsin's taken that and ran with it.
5 straight points for the Badgers. Orzel serves again. Nice dig out there by McClellan. Big block, but it's out, and it's a kill again for Collier. 15 on the night.
They're going to keep feeding her, especially now that they're down 6 in this fourth set. Don't be surprised if she gets up to 20 kills on the match just in this set. She's at 14 right now. 6 more would do the trick.
She had 25 against Washington last match. Franklin with the kill. 12-5 now the Badgers lead in what could be the deciding set.
Seems like we're going back and forth a little bit now between these two superstars. Collier on one end, Franklin on another. This is what you pay your money for.
And now CeCe Crawford to serve for Wisconsin. Tipping that one, Booth gets to it. And Furbringer looked like she set up a duck there at the front row. Badgers get it back, kept alive there by McClellan. Tight one at the net, big swing, big kill, Awobate.
A little bit of a weird point on both ends. Oregon was the first one to set something up cleanly. Worked out Awobate. Keeping the Ducks in it a little bit.
It was a strange one. Furbringer just tried to touch it over by passing it over, and the Ducks took that as a set for themselves, and they smashed one down. But
it's like she switched teams for a second. She is a West Coast girl.
And there's one into the net.
I'm sure she has friends in Oregon or people she's at least played with a little bit growing up in that West Coast volleyball area.
Absolutely, and Furbringer, one of the most successful high school players I've ever seen. We happen to be from around the same area, and she played for one of the most successful volleyball programs in high school, Mira Costa in Manhattan Beach, California, and she's bringing her talents to Madison, and she's doing a very, very good job her freshman year. How's that for a response? Ofebu
I'm still shocked, though. I mentioned this, I think, on the last broadcast. She could have gone anywhere she wanted to in the country. She's from California. Her dad went to Stanford. And that's just some unbelievable recruiting by Kelly Sheffield to get her to come all the way over here.
Absolutely. And now her dad is one of the coaches of the professional team here in Madison. That one goes off the antenna. The Ducks get their second point in a row. And they're climbing back here.
Never say never with this Oregon team.
Fans getting loud. Back to serve now, Michelle Awobate. Into the net. And Awobate crumbles.
Another key service error and a key moment for Oregon. They had a little bit of momentum. That gets taken away with that service error. And you can tell sometimes right off the hand that if it's going in the net. You can tell right there.
Franklin with the serve. Mishitting that one was Glover. Orzel gets blocked. Franklin out of system. Tip again by Glover. Kept alive by Morris. And Smrek tries to reach over but gets blocked by Collier.
Collier joining the block party for Oregon. And that's one thing, if they want to get back into this match, they got to start to assert their will. Once again, there's been spurts in this match where it's been tough for just the Badger players to get it past this Oregon block, but they've also broken down at times as well.
Mackenzie Morris now, the libero. Orzel the tip. It was read this time by Oregon. Great placement there from Orzel. Sends that one right by the net.
That is disgustingly good from Julia Orzel there. It looked like she had nowhere to go with the ball. Blockers in front of her, ball set kind of behind her, and she just flicks it cross court like it's just easy. No one's business.
15-9 lead for Wisconsin. Lola Schumacher to serve. Great dig from Franklin. Anna Smrek gets blocked, kept alive by Schumacher. Orzel off the block and out. And the Badgers get another. And all you can do if you're Matt Ulmer is sit back and watch. You have no more timeouts.
That's what happens when you get down in these deficits early in sets.
Burn those 2 timeouts early. Now there's nothing they can do. Except for set Noemi Glover. She's been reliable all game long.
Wonderful stuff there from Glover. Her 7th kill on the night. Keeping the Ducks engaged a little bit. Down 6.
And in comes Daly McClellan. Hard serve, a little too hard, it goes out. Badgers lead by 7.
I feel like a broken record now, but another service error and a key moment for Oregon. That's 13 to Wisconsin's 5. A big stat difference in this game, or in this match.
Very much so. They've struggled with that all match long. And that one certainly doesn't help. Guchtekin, hard serve. Collier kept alive by 2 hands. And a big kill there by the setter, Kristen Klein, but she was into the net.
Seems like everything. Kristen Klein. Net violation, Wisconsin. Up 8, 7 points from the match.
Guchtekin, another hard serve to the back corner. Collier again gets the kill off the touch. Big response there from the outside hitter as she goes to the line to serve.
And you mentioned no more timeouts for Oregon, so it's all on the players now to figure out how can they dig back, dig deep, and just cut little by little into this deficit. They're not going to get it all back in 1 point.
And it's all in the hands of Mimi Collier.
It's kind of taken over.
Another
not
great tip, but kept alive by Klein. The slide, Robinson, kill.
Beautiful. When Devin Robinson goes on that slide and that set is perfect for her, might as well just get out of the way and let her concede the point.
Julia Orzel again. Back to serve for Wisconsin. 19-11. Off the net and in play. Big response. It goes out of play. Michelle Awobate.
Awobate now in double figures in the kill department. Back and forth, we've won these last few points, but Oregon dug themselves that early hole these last 2 sets. Didn't get out of it last set.
And there's an ace from the California kid, Maya de los Reyes. Getting some help from the net and gets a big point for the Ducks.
She has 4 multiple ace outings so far in the year. Oregon could use a couple more of those.
De los Reyes again. There's a kill. Sarah Franklin, no surprise. 15 on the night.
Sarah Franklin's really come into her own these third and fourth sets. Starting her well. Head coach our assistant coach Gary White just said her positivity rubs off on everybody around her.
Badgers need 5. CeCe Crawford to serve. Kept alive, but into the antenna. CeCe Crawford gets an ace. Badgers need 4.
Settle down, stress-free. This crowd can feel it. They're 4 points away from, by far, their biggest win of the season.
Another serve from Crawford. Big response, and look how high Michelle Awobate gets up on those hits. That's 11 kills for Awobate tonight. And now you've got Kristen Klein, normally one of the better servers for Oregon tonight. Not so much. Not a bad effort there. The tip from Franklin. And it's another kill for Sarah Franklin. 16 now.
She can do it every way you ask. The set wasn't perfect. She can deal with it. Nice little tip shot with 2 hands, just to be safe.
Charlie Furbringer. She ended the first set with an ace. She's 3 points away from giving the Badgers the win. But into the net. She'll have to wait. Ducks get it back.
Passing the time, and if you wonder if Oregon maybe gets a couple points on the hop here, Kelly Sheffield still got a couple timeouts left.
Awobate from the line. The slide, Carter Booth got blocked over by Smrek. Kept alive nicely there. Back row tip. Franklin. Blocked and out. Another kill for Glover.
And here come the Ducks. 22-16. You'd assume Sheffield would probably pull the trigger if the Ducks can cut it to 5 after this point.
They've done a fantastic job to regain some momentum here without taking a timeout, as they have none. Quick set. Smashed down by Smrek and then dunked down. Badger bench thought that was a violation. I thought so as well, but they're going to take that. 22-17 now. The Ducks are clawing back.
Wonderful dig as well by Awobate.
And here she is again to serve. Franklin gets the kill. 23-17.
That's big time. Badgers needed that point badly. Couldn't let Oregon keep chipping away and keeping them in this match. Now serving up 6, 2 points from the match.
Sarah Franklin, whiffs that one very badly. You don't see that often from Sarah Franklin, and it gives one back to the Ducks.
No, especially because of how good of a server she has been for Wisconsin so far this season. It happens, though.
It does, even to the best player in the country. Morrison the serve. Carter Booth, match point.
Great job, though, by Yulia Orzel managing that serve. It was not a bad serve at all for Mackenzie Morris. placed it perfectly to Furbringer, who set it up very well to Carter Booth for the easy kill.
Student section up and jumping. Lola Schumacher on match point. What a kill to stay alive. Noemi Glover in the back corner.
She's in double figures now, and that's a beautiful kill from Glover. Or sorry, she's at 9 kills on the match, but she put some nice spin on that as well to drop it back down into that back corner.
Daly McClellan needs to keep this serve in or the Badgers win. McClellan. Here's Anna Smrek kept alive. Collier blocked. Wisconsin takes it. What an ending.
What a way to end the match. Assistant coach Gary White said their blocking so far this season's been about a C grade. I'd give that last point an A.
Incredible. The Badgers, who scared the fans here at the Fieldhouse by losing the second set.